I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar.
Kenasia Bowie was just your average, hardworking Southern girl trying to make a life for herself in Jackson, Mississippi. After graduating in 2018, she enrolled at Hines Community College, full of ambition and dreams for a better future. But like many young adults, life happened, bills piled up, and responsibilities took priority over textbooks. She was a dedicated worker, well-loved by her employers and co-workers, the type of person who actually showed up on time and didn't fake sick days just to binge-watch Netflix. But Kenasia wasn't just about the grind. She was deeply family-oriented. She loved her parents more than anything, always showering them with love on Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, you name it. She would publicly praise them, making it clear that she was grateful for the love and sacrifices they made.
So amazing how this woman here loves me. It's so amazing how this woman here protects me. She's a queen and man, that smile is a true blessing. She gave us life and sacrifice without us asking. Don't know how she did it, but she always made a way. So if
Unlike some ungrateful kids out here, Kenasia actually recognized their hard work. Her life was simple, stable, and peaceful. That is, until she met Mikayla Davis.
I won't fuck. Come here, baby, let me fuck you in the car. Drop a dick up to your baby mama.
Now, this is where things went terribly, tragically wrong. Mikayla was not just any ex-girlfriend horror story. She was the whole haunted house. Both Kenasia and Mikayla were part of the LGBTQ+ community, and they crossed paths at an event meant to celebrate that community.
I need to fuck something bad, I got some pressure built up. So the next thing I fuck, she gon' get extra ripped up.
If Kenasia knew then what she knew now, she would have kept walking. Hell, she would have sprinted in the opposite direction. Davis was a walking red flag wrapped in cheap cologne and an identity crisis. She may have been a woman, but her entire personality was a bad impression of her idol, Boozy Badass. She wasn't just inspired by him, as she worshipped his glorification of gang violence, copied his cadence, mimicked his flow, and, most concerningly, adopted his toxic attitude toward women.
I'm posted on the block. I don't even go home. And this shit is kinda crazy. I say smoking this strong. This shit crazy because these bitches, they say calling my phone. I tell these bitches I don't talk. Say leave me alone. These bitches steady call me on the daily. Bitches come around. That's why these niggas want me play me. Yeah, these bitches, yeah, they envy. My uncle penitentiary. These bitches in their feelings. Yeah, these people ain't killing. Let me tell you how I got the smoke. I put on your block. Yeah, you say you really want it. Yeah, your bitch give me time on the daily. I know these people hate me. Your ass on the block, but I swear you can't compare. These people say they bout it, but I'm junkie in a bear. I step up in that bitch like a motherfucking boss. These people say they about it, but don't feel like real Ross. I'm getting this shit. I ain't taking no loss. I got these bitches on my dick. Yeah, I'm really the shit. You know I'm legit. Since I'm young and I've been getting shit. I've been having the money. These niggas really move funny. These people think I'm a dummy. I swear to God I can get it.
She had the aggression of a man, the emotional intelligence of a rock, and the ego of a washed-up SoundCloud rapper. And yet, somehow, someway, Kenasia fell for it. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe she thought she could change Mikayla, or maybe love just makes fools of us all. Whatever the case, she ignored every warning sign, every red flag, and every friend who told her to run. Mikayla had a long, ugly history of being violent towards her partners. She wasn't just one of those angry, controlling exes who send long paragraphs at 3 a.m. She was dangerous.
had him a cold, I knew that boy was a hoe.
Blueface, baby.
She was the type to hit first and manipulate later. And this time, her abuse didn't end with a breakup. It ended in murder. The warning signs were all there, flashing like neon lights. But Kenasia, like too many women before her, believed she could handle it. She thought maybe it would be different with her. She was wrong. Welcome to the American Crime, Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.
Hey, what she look like, bro? Shawty press, shawty fine, yeah, face card valid, she gon' slay it every time.
Kenasia was thriving, glowing, and minding her business until she found herself in the worst kind of entanglement, a relationship with an insecure, bitter, controlling woman who had the emotional range of a paperclip. Mikayla wasn't just any clingy, can't-let-go type of ex. She was the type that lives on Facebook, throwing shade all day but still lurking in the shadows, watching your every move, seething at the thought of you living happily without her. The relationship at first had its cute moments, but let's be honest, it wasn't long before Davis' true colors came blazing through like a red flag parade. When Kenasia finally woke up and decided to free herself from the circus, did Mikayla act like a mature adult? Instead, she took her insecurities to the internet to rant and humiliate herself publicly. On December 10, 2024, she ran straight to the broke and bitter section of Facebook, writing, "Y'all be talking about fat folk need love too. We get with them and they get to doing skinny woman stuff. Like, nah, I ain't putting up with no extra weight." Because that's totally normal behavior, right? Being so obsessed with an ex that you create a full-blown, unsolicited TED Talk on their weight. But she wasn't done embarrassing herself just yet. A few hours later, she doubled down with another post. "From now on, you can't be no bigger than me, and I ain't but 135 pounds. Being honest, 133 pounds, baby, so bring your scale to my DMs. I ain't doing this stuff no more." Wait a minute. Did Mikayla forget that she actively pursued Kenasia? Nobody forced her into the relationship. Nobody put a gun to her head and said, "Love her or else." But now, suddenly, she's out here acting like she got scammed into dating a plus-sized woman. The delusion is off the charts. And let's not ignore the irony. Mikayla, who is cosplaying as Boozy, really had the audacity to critique someone else's appearance. Please sit down, and while you're at it, get a therapist. Kenasia, being unbothered by her antics, responded with a simple but soul-crushing statement. Studs love their ex.
Bitch, I'm F-I-N-E, fat and fine as fuck. Y'all be talking about our weight, but that's what got your niggas stuck. Cause this F-U-T-A gon' put his ass to sleep. Can't be playing with them big girls, cause bitch, you know we do.
And that was all it took. Because while Mikayla was busy making Facebook her personal diary, she was still stalking Kenasia, watching her every move, foaming at the mouth over the fact that Bowie was moving on. This wasn't about weight. It wasn't about anything Davis pretended it was. This was about control. And when Mikayla realized she no longer had that control, she made a deadly, cowardly decision. By January 28, 2025, Kenasia had officially had enough of Mikayla's nonsense. She posted, "To clear the air, I am single and don't mess with nobody. Don't attach my name to nobody." That was her final warning. She was done with the games, done with the drama, done being attached to someone who refused to let go. She was moving on, or at least she was trying to. But Mikayla, she wasn't about to let that happen. Less than 24 hours later, Kenasia was killed. According to reports, Mikayla and Kenasia had been arguing the day before. Davis was spiraling out of control, absolutely unhinged at the idea of Bowie living her best life without her. The next day, she set a trap. She lured Kenasia to meet up in person, pretending to want to talk things out. They met on Woodway Drive, and instead of acting like a sane human being, Mikayla pulled out a gun and shot Kenasia before running away like the coward she is. She didn't even have the guts to stay. She fled the scene, leaving Bowie fighting for her life alone. But the injuries were too severe. She was rushed to the hospital, but she didn't make it. And for what? Because Davis couldn't handle rejection. Because her fragile ego crumbled under the weight of her own insecurities. Let's make one thing very clear. This wasn't Mikayla's first time putting her hands on a partner. She had a pattern of abuse. She had a history of violence. But nobody stopped her. Nobody held her accountable. And Kenasia paid the price. Now Davis is sitting in jail, facing a murder charge.
A woman is behind bars for a homicide that happened in the city of Jackson. Police arrested Mikayla Davis, you see on your screen. She's charged with murder. Police say they were called to Woodway Drive today. Kenasia Bowie was shot at that location and rushed to the hospital and later died.
And while this is a step toward justice, it doesn't bring Kenasia back. The real justice would have been stopping Mikayla the first time she showed violent tendencies. The real justice would have been protecting Bowie before this ever happened. But instead, Davis was allowed to terrorize people, unchecked, until it ended in murder. And now, she's just another criminal. No one cares about her excuses. No one feels sorry for her. She threw her entire life away because she couldn't handle a breakup. She chose murder over moving on. Now she gets to sit in a cold jail cell and think about how stupid she is. As Kenasia's family and friends prepare to lay her to rest, let's not forget who took her away. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't some tragic misunderstanding. This was a murder fueled by jealousy, rage, and a toxic need for control. Mikayla thought she was untouchable, but now she's just another statistic. And as for all that talk about weight, I hope she enjoys those prison meals. May Kenasia Bowie rest in peace.